Well, it's no surprise that people from all over the world buy property in Florida and move here from other places. What does surprise a lot of people is how property insurance in Florida differs from what they're accustomed to. Let me give you a little geopolitical background to insurance in Florida. First of all, Florida is a large sandbar right out in the middle of Hurricane Alley. It's not if, but when we're going to be hit by hurricanes. And 79% of the developed property in Florida is in coastal counties. That's almost $3 trillion worth of exposed property. As a result of Hurricane Andrew in 1992 and the political decisions that were made in its aftermath, most of the nationally known insurance companies exited the state of Florida. And in their place have sprung up a lot of small regional companies. This is not as bad as it sounds. Some of them are small, but that also means they don't have as much liability. They're large enough to cover their obligations if they are well managed and properly financed. Do your due diligence. Ask the agent you work with to provide you with financial information about the companies they propose for you. Every good company will have financial information online, and third-party rating companies offer some very good resources. Here, we only work with companies that we feel very confident in, that they are well managed, and that they are financially sound. Much of the volatility in property insurance rates in recent years has been the result of political meddling in the private market. Insurance companies were forced by state government to lower their rates by 25% or so several years ago, resulting in a corresponding bounce upwards when the private market was again allowed to operate freely. Rates have pretty much stabilized now, but are actually now going back down as a result of normal market forces. In addition to hurricanes in Florida, we also frequently have sinkholes. That's ground collapse as a result of the limestone caverns underneath our sand collapsing, sometimes with the resultant property damage. The state government also meddled in that a few years ago, and that cost insurance companies, no, not the insurance companies, it cost their clients hundreds of millions of dollars in fraudulent and bogus claims. And hopefully that's behind us now also. Because of the geography and the politics, we have 3 different deductibles on a homeowner policy in Florida. That's different. For our friends in the UK, the deductible is the same as your excess. There's a hurricane deductible that's usually expressed as a percentage of the dwelling coverage. For example, if your house sustains damage from a hurricane, and your policy has a 2% hurricane deductible, and your house is insured for $200,000, your deductible for that damage would be $4,000. Most often the deductible is 2%, but a few companies offer a hurricane deductible of a flat $500. In the same way, there's usually a separate deductible for sinkhole loss. That's usually 10% of the property coverage, if you're able to get sinkhole coverage at all. The third deductible is for anything else, any other loss other than hurricane or sinkhole, and is a flat dollar amount, usually either $500 or $1,000. Another difference in insurance in Florida is that because of the nature of our market, not many companies will bundle home and auto insurance. We can still get you the best value on both, but almost never with the same company. Other differences pop up depending on where a person's coming from. In the UK and Europe, for example, the mortgage company takes care of all of the insurance. That's not so here in Florida. The homeowner is responsible to get it and to pay for it every year. Working with people who own property here but who do not live here or have recently moved here is something we do a lot of, and we do it very well. We have clients in 42 states, 8 provinces of Canada, and 62 countries outside the U.S. If you have questions, we'd love to talk to you. Call us 407-965-4253. Or if you're in the UK, give us a ring.